Glad you're back. Glad I'm back. Andy and I took a couple of days where we went and saw a change of scenery. We went out to the lake. So Monday and Tuesday I didn't have a video out for you. I apologize, but I want to get back into rocking and rolling with you. I hope everybody enjoyed the Zoom meeting on Friday. You get to see and talk to all of your friends. This Friday we have a special guest. Mrs. Senecal has said that she would join us on our Zoom at noon and read a story to us. Isn't that great of her? I'm excited to see Mrs. Senecal on our Zoom call. So let's get right into it. For today, Wednesday, we'll start with reviewing the washing our hands again like we did last week. Last week we did washing your hands to the ABCs. You sing your ABCs when you wash and your ABCs when you rinse. There is also, you can sing happy birthday when you wash your hands. You can say happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. And then you do it again when you rinse. Or there's another one that you can do that I think you know all the words to. It's if you're happy and you know it. You sing, if you're happy and you know it, wash your hands. If you're happy and you know it, wash your hands. If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, wash your hands. And then you do it again in the water. So a couple of ideas, ABCs, happy birthday, if you're happy and you know it, to make sure you're washing your hands super well and long enough to get all the way through the song to wash and then again to rinse in the water. Okay, let's see. I have up on my board, it says 4 things a plant needs. The 4 things that a plant needs, because we've been talking about, well, we talked about weather cycles, we talked about water cycles, and then we have been starting to talk about a plant's life cycle. So another cycle, and our plant needs certain things to keep it growing. First, it's going to need that dirt or the soil to live in. Then it's going to need water, because all living things need water. And it's going to need air. Again, all living things need air. And it's going to need light. If you give your little plant, your little seed, the dirt or soil, water, air, and light, then chances are you'll get a big, beautiful plant at the end of the cycle. I have a couple of books that I brought out. Before I read the books, did you guys plant a seed at home? Did you find a seed to plant? And how is it doing? Have you checked it? Make sure that it's getting all 4 of those things so that it can grow big and beautiful. Have to keep working on those plants. It takes a lot of patience to grow a plant. This one is all about From Seed to Plant by Gail Gribbins. And let's see. Most plants make seeds. A seed contains the beginning of a new plant. Seeds are different shapes, sizes, and colors. All seeds grow into the same kind of plant that it came from or that made them. So you can't plant an apple seed and get a sunflower. You would have to plant the same kind of seed that it came from. Many plants grow flowers. Flowers are where most seeds begin. A flower is made up of all the many parts. So inside of a flower, there's all these different parts that help it grow and live. Before a seed can begin to grow, a grain of pollen from the stamen must land on the stigma at the top of the pistil of a flower like itself. So it can't land on a different kind of flower and grow. But that's called pollination. Pollination happens in different ways. Often the wind blows pollen from flower to flower. Bees and other insects and hummingbirds help pollinate. While they visit flowers for their sweet juice called nectar, pollen rubs into their bodies. See, the bird got pollen on him, or the bee does. And then they carry it to the other flowers and leave it there so that the seeds can start to grow. If a pollen grain from one flower lands on the pistil of the same kind of flower, it grows a long tube called into the oval, and it's the beginning of a new seed. So that's how it happens. It gets inside there and then starts growing into a new seed. The seeds grow and grow inside the flower until it begins to die. And then the pod opens up and those seeds start to spread. See how they shed the seeds off, and when it breaks open, and they're ready to become new plants. They fall to the ground at the base of the plant where they'll grow. And so they need to get those 4 things right there. They need to have that dirt, water, air, and light so that they can start growing where the seeds have dropped. Some of the pods open and the seeds pop out. Sometimes birds eat the berries and they'll drop the seeds in other places. Or seeds fall into the streams and rivers and oceans and they float on the water until they stick to the dirt on the shore. So that's another way they can get to another place. They can blow in the wind, animals can carry them around, and sometimes they'll even stick to things like your pant legs so that they get carried to other places. A flower bed or vegetable garden is beautiful. Seeds are planted to grow in the gardens. The seeds come in small envelopes or boxes with directions on how to plant the seeds and take care of the plants. Have you done that this year? Have you planted any seeds out of envelopes? The beginning of a plant is curled up inside. And see, the seed contains all the food that plant is going to need. But it starts to rain and give it some water. There's that weather cycle helping our plant cycle. See how they're all connected? And first it must be air and soil, and then it needs to soak the seed and soften the seed's coat. That way it can break open and start to grow out of the seed. Like this, it'll put roots down and then start to have a little seedling come up. When the sun shines and warms the ground, the seed's coat breaks open and the seed begins to grow. That's called germination. A root grows down into the soil, and the root takes in the water and minerals from the soil for food. So this is where the plant gets food, is down here in the soil. Uses its roots like straws to suck it up. Then the plant will grow a shoot, this stem here, and then leaves to collect the sunlight. The plant grows bigger and bigger, and the leaves make food for the plant from the water and minerals in the soil and the sunlight and the air all around the plant. Finally, the plant is full grown. See how big it got? Buds on the plant open into flowers where new seeds will grow. That sounds like the beginning of our plant's life cycle again. Many of the foods people eat are seeds, fruits, and pods. They're full of nutrition, vitamins, minerals, and they're tasty too. Did you find any foods last week that were seeds? Did you try planting any of them? I have one more book, and this one's called Seeds, Seeds, Seeds. It's a short little book that I thought we would go through. Seeds, seeds, seeds. Here are some little seeds. What will they grow up to be? These are sunflower seeds. So, what do you think a sunflower seed will grow up to be? They will grow up to be big sunflowers. Here are some little seeds. What will they grow up to be? What do you think these seeds are? They look like pumpkin seeds to me. If you ever pulled the pumpkin seeds out, they'll grow up to be pumpkins. That's right. Here are some little seeds. What will they grow up to be? These look like acorns. Do you know what an acorn will grow up to be? It's a tree seed. They grow up to be big oak trees. Big oak trees are really great because they get big enough to climb in. Love climbing up into the trees, seeing what you can see from way up high. Oh, let's see. Check your plant that you had planted and see how it's doing. Make sure it has the 4 things that it needs to grow. I will put some links into the description where you can check out a couple more books online. One is called Fruit is a Suitcase. The other one is called The Bad Seed. We actually have read that one together here before. See if you think that The Bad Seed looks familiar. It's just a cute little book about a seed having a grumpy day. I'll also put in the links that there are 2 websites you can go to. They're on Montana PBS Learning. One is From Seed to Fruit, and all about how those plants grow up and get those blooms and grow fruit. And then there's another one you can go to where you can do an interactive puzzle where you can put that life cycle of a plant in order. See if you can figure out which pictures go in which order to make the life cycle for the plant complete. A little bit of a fun game there. Tomorrow we will go on the board here and we'll talk about that life cycle of a plant and draw some pictures. Before we go, let's take a look at our plants in the window. Let's see how our plants are doing up here. They're still just pretty tiny on the flower side. But over here on the vegetable side, haven't seen anything pop up yet. I'm thinking those ones might not grow for me. And then over here we have the carrot seeds in the glass, and those haven't been in there very long. If you planted yours in the glass, have you seen any roots going down yet? I see the little red seeds in there, but I don't see any roots going down yet. So we'll see what happens with those. All right, so come right back here tomorrow. Like and subscribe to this channel. And we will talk about life cycle of a seed. And then Friday we'll Zoom at noon with Mrs. Cynical, okay? All right, have a great day. Bye.